Let's just shove the broom handle in my ass. Let's not do that. Broom handles up asses are painful.
You always have to start it like that.
Dude, what was the last thing I said? I think last week I said I chipped my asshole with a toothpick or something like that. It was something weird.
Oh my god, you and your weird shit. You always got to start the line with this weird shit. All right. Welcome.
Bro, I got banned just now for no reason.
Wait, on TikTok? Like entirely?
No, just alive.
Oh, just alive. Oh, of course you.
I lose my TikTok account. I don't give a fuck. 13,000. Right. Oh no.
Anyway, since we're currently at 0 views for whatever reason. Welcome to the Legion of Chaos, where controversy is the norm.
Every time you do it, I fucking hate it more and more. Talk like
That's why I do it. That's why I do it.
And just like
it's
that,
why I do it. Podcast. Oh, you're going to be crawling back. You just got banned. You just got live banned. You'll be crawling. You're stuck here.
He'll come crawling back, you slut.
Anyway, welcome everyone to the podcast. Today, I've got some of my great friends, Char J, Grandmaster Nick, and of course Jacob, who I nearly tolerate because we just feed each other's chaos. And
I'm like today, I'm the gift that keeps on giving.
Yeah, that's why your fucking lives keep getting banned. But anyway, today we are talking about Boba Fett, Book of Boba Fett, our predictions on what we expect for the finale, what we anticipate, like just final thoughts on the series as a whole before the final episode, what we think about it leading up, as well as what we're looking forward to in the upcoming Star Wars projects. So, real quick, I just want to go through everyone, and I want to know what is everyone's thoughts on Boba Fett so far. Let's start with you, Char, because you're the biggest Boba Fett stan there is.
Jango Fett.
Well, hi, I am Char J, and my thoughts so far on the Book of Boba Fett have been okay. As a Boba Fett fan, I haven't been too irritated by the fact that he was not shown as much. In the 5th episode, he wasn't there at all. In the 6th episode, the recent episode, he wasn't really. He was there for about maybe 30 sequences. But I mean, I'm fine with it because I think what's good about that is that they're adding these characters. Din Djarin, Black Chrysanthemum, Cad Bane, they're adding all of these characters to the front to give an idea as what the threat is. Because we still have a grasp on who's the big bad of the Pike Syndicate. I still think it's Kira, and there's so much more to build in this upcoming episode because they got to come out with a banger. They have to do this one spot on. And so far, I think the beginning of the episode is going to be Boba Fett riding that Rancor into Mos Espa, just trying to redeem Garsa Fwip and all this stuff that the Pikes have been doing. So yeah, they're ready to go to town, and I'm excited for it tonight.
That's good. Yeah, I think you bring up some really good points. How about you, Nick?
You see, I wasn't like. I had no expectations going into this show. I've actually thoroughly enjoyed it thus far. But the one thing is that Rancor, for me at least. I love Rancors ever since the Bad Batch, like I was saying. And it's basically Chekhov's gun. Like, we haven't seen it up until this point, and we have to see it in the finale. It's pretty much a given almost. As for, like, the big bad, like you were saying, being possibly Kira, that I'd love to see her again. Loved her in Solo. I think Solo is a hugely underrated movie. I honestly have like no expectations other than possibly a final duel between Boba and Cad Bane. But I would hate to see that, honestly, only because I want a buddy cop show with Boba and Cad Bane. I think their dynamic would be hilarious to see on screen, especially both of them having like a dry ass sense of humor. But yeah.
Sure, did you forget the bullshit that they went through with each other?
Oh, that is true.
Yes. The clone. Did you forget?
Yeah.
The Cad Bane has it out for Boba.
He does.
They got some rivalry going on.
That's a good point. but still, I think it would be hilarious.
And they switch it up and give us a buddy comedy.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be honest. It's gonna sound terrible, but I don't think Book of Boba Fett is hitting like I wanted it to. Like I was so blown away when I watched The Mandalorian season 1 and 2. Like my mom really not really big Star Wars fan. She fucked with The Mandalorian. My dad, huge Star Wars fan, loves it. He's not feeling Boba Fett. What we do see of Boba Fett, though, I will say it felt a little dragged on, but I did like the whole like why he's wearing that weird black robe under his outfit, because I saw that in Mandalorian. I'm like, did the actor get too fat to fit the original like costume, or like what's going on? And like it's revealed that like he became he became a part of the Sand People. Like he fully became one of them, and like we got so much story with the Sand People, which we haven't gotten before, and I absolutely adored that. But as a story as a whole, I feel like the episodes are too short, if that makes sense.
Yeah, I agree on that sense. I think they do.
Yeah.
But don't worry. They're either saying that this finale could be a half an hour or this finale could be an hour and a half. I hope it's at least an hour. It has to be
an
an
hour and a half, to be honest. That sounds awesome to me. Like
I'm gonna be
an hour and a half episode. I mean, yeah, I'm not against that, but yeah, I think I actually kind of looked into the whole thing back when he was introduced, when we got Boba's return back in Mandalorian season 2, and there was some interesting things. So like okay, Tamora Morrison is like 60, so I mean he's not in tip top shape. So like I know a lot of people back at the time, those toxic fans, were complaining about that shit. It's like, oh, Boba's too fat. I'm like, dude, Tamora Morrison is 60 years old. Like, what do you expect? Like, just give people some slack. It's not gonna, like. There's a point when like trying to get in that shape can be a little bit risky to your health. So like, look, and he performed exactly how we want. Like he did everything. His performance as Boba was phenomenal back in the episode when he was in Mandalorian season 2. So and going into Book of Boba Fett, I actually I've appreciated what we got for what it's worth. I think like it's not necessarily what I wanted, but I didn't really have any expectations going in general, because like Boba's not one of my favorite characters. Like I don't really care much for him as a character. Now, seeing Cad Bane though, he's my favorite bounty hunter. That does excite me up, even though I know it's likely going to be that he gets his ass beat by Boba. Probably, like if not ass beat, he gets killed. But like seeing him in Book of Boba, I mean that's still pretty tough, like, and just seeing him in live action was great. Like just how they did it, I think they did a really good job, contrary to what those people on Screen Rant were doing, and like with the whole anime.
Do you guys think that they're going to turn the Book of Boba Fett and not give us a season 2, and they're going to give us Boba Fett and Mando, like a whole new show, but it's just those two? Because as much as I like Boba Fett, I think he's a cool character. I think a lot of his biggest like hype moments come from the comics, which is it is what it is.
Yeah.
I will say though, I'm more hyped to see Mando, to be honest. I'm more hyped to see the Mandalorian. I was hyped to see Baby Yoda. I was so hyped to see like all these Baby Yoda and stuff. I was hyped to see all that, but like when I saw Boba, I was like, okay, we're back to Boba. I don't know if it's because the Mandalorian has just blown me out of the water and Book of Boba hasn't been hitting like it should. Who do they have writing the Book of Boba Fett? Is it Jon Favreau?
Yeah, it's Jon Favreau and Dave Filoni.
Who's directing?
It's well, the directors are different every episode. So the first episode was it was Robert Rodriguez. The second one, there was Steph Green, there was Dave Filoni who directed the recent one. There was Bryce Dallas Howard who directed the 5th one, and the 4th one I can't get his name. It's like Kevin something.
Tarzan?
And then I think the 3rd one was directed by Steph Green. That's like what I I'm familiar with, but
I don't really remember either. I wasn't paying attention to who exactly was directing.
no, but I think it
this.
was written by Jon Favreau.
Yeah,
If
I think
I'm-
it sounds like it's relatively the same group team behind Mandalorian.
Yeah,
And
it
I
is.
think so. I kind of think like it's definitely different than what most people would expect. I don't really have a problem with the way it's been laying itself out. I think like overall what works is a sense like I think they still provide the mysterious aspect of Boba Fett's character in the show, where like we get like flashbacks of what he's been doing, but that doesn't necessarily tell us exactly like who he is as a person, or like not in the sense that like we don't have a full backstory of his entire life. We just know what he's been doing for 5 years, and I think like Boba Fett being living with Tuskens is the most Boba Fett thing you could have. Like just living off the land for 5 years, just not giving a
I
shit.
forgot they were called Tusken Raiders. Holy shit!
I think
I'm trying to figure out who's directing this finale.
Because
I don't know who it
are they
is.
different directors from the ones that did The Mandalorian? Because I know Taika Waititi did an episode of The Mandalorian.
Oh, Chapter 7. Chapter 7 is directed by Robert Rodriguez.
He did
and
the first
that's
episode,
the-
right?
Hmm?
He did the first episode.
He did the first one, and then he directed the episode of Boba in The Mandalorian. The one
Okay.
where he is on Tython.
Oh, okay.
And he's a big action guy, so expect a lot of
Yeah.
stuff to happen.
I'll be honest. You know who I don't give a shit about that's in this finale is the Wookiee.
Oh,
Black
Chris
Chrysanthemum.
Like if
Andrews.
it's not
Black Chrysanthemum is
Chewbacca,
cool.
Oh,
this is
yeah.
gonna sound
Black Chrysanthemum is
Kashikist.
cool.
Okay,
He's-
I think
he's
this sounds
tough.
Kashikist of me, but I don't give a fuck about anyone other than Chewbacca.
I mean,
Like, if you're
okay,
not
I think
Chewbacca,
it's cool.
You're not my Wookiee. Like
I
I
think
want
the
my
thing-
war criminal. I want my war.
I
criminal to come back.
disagree. Like I think it's just like the entire aspect of just a Wookiee who's a bounty hunter is just fucking cool. Like
The only time where I didn't like Chrysanthemum was when he was running after Boba freed him.
Oh yeah.
oh yeah.
The way he
Why-
was running was just looked so
looked-
ridiculous.
It looked like the Titans from Attack on Titan.
Oh my god, yeah. No, I think it's funny. Like I mean, like as I said, like a fucking Wookiee that's a bounty hunter. Like I think Wookiees have been like notorious. Like they are like the out of like any alien group you see that's just oppressed in Star Wars universe. Like the Wookiees get the. I think the Wookiees have it arguably the worst. But and then you have for a Wookiee, but they're relatively peaceful creatures. Then enter Black Chrysanthemum, and I think it's just fucking crazy how like instead of like what you usually expect, we're a relatively peaceful alien species. Now he's fucking. This is like a fucking vicious criminal that's like wanted and owes like a fuck ton of debt. He's one of like the least honor, like in terms of honor, he has absolutely none in the bounty hunter guild. Like he's just like there because I heard that whole argument like from one guy on TikTok talking about the realer Star Wars fans arguing with each other of Boba letting go Black Chrysanthemum, like, oh, he has a life debt. Well, if you're a real Star Wars fan, you'd know Black Chrysanthemum would never honor a life debt. Oh, but if you're a real fan, like I don't know if you've seen that video on TikTok. That
Yeah.
guy.
If I saw a video like that, I feel like I'd get my virginity back. Like shit like that's mad stupid to me, dude. Like just enjoy what's going on. Like
See, if you don't like-
I'm a big Star Wars fan, but I'm not gonna be like, well, if you do this, well, actually, fuck those people, dude.
Oh yeah, Star Wars fan. Yeah, Sub Proxy. I never know how to pronounce your name. Sorry, Pro. Yeah, Pro or the Pro Orxy. That doesn't roll right. But
I've been reading the Darth Vader
Yeah.
comic run lately from like 2015, 2016. He's in it a little bit, and he, from what I've read, he's actually pretty fucking cool,
Mhm.
and I'm really liking.
And he's
it.
also in the Afro comics.
Right. Yes.
yeah, Boba
Haven't
Fett was
gotten
the
there
first
yet.
time I've been introduced to Chrysanthemum. I haven't read the Bounty Hunter stuff yet. I have the Star Wars Bounty Hunters that Volume 1 in my collection, which I haven't read yet. But yeah,
Fake.
First,
Big
Boba Fett. Bitch, I have a fuck ton of comics.
You've
in
never
my-
even
in my-
read what is Star Wars, huh? Is that a battle in the sky? That's probably what you think it is.
I mean, technically, yes. Like it's in outer space.
I I need to start getting into the comics. I think the only comic runs I've read of Star Wars is, of course, the Vader run where he showed up to that one planet with dust and said, "Yeah, this is Alderaan. Listen to what I say." Mad flex. I read the one where Chewbacca had a lightsaber duel with Vader. That to me was wild. Like Chewbacca's a menace, dude. He's my favorite war criminal. My favorite war criminal.
I prefer Chopper.
Oh my god, you guys
say
Chopper's the biggest war criminal.
I don't know. I mean, if you guys saw one of my recent videos, I did one on Ezra of just all of his crimes, and it was like heard the assault, theft, fraud, that TikTok sound, and I did it for Ezra because he's got a whole list of crimes that he's done.
Honestly, how would you guys feel? I don't know why, but we were talking about like how Wookiees were oppressed and stuff. I kind of had the idea. What race would you guys want to see have like a bounty hunter variation of them? So like we've seen a Chewbacca, we've seen a Wookiee as a bounty hunter. We've seen all these other races, Mandalorians, of course. I want to see an Ewok bounty hunter.
I was gonna say that, yeah.
Oh my god!
Imagine you're at a bar. You have someone trying to hunt you down. This little cuddly teddy bear comes in, and then he fucking ropes you, ties you up, and then smacks you over the head with a rock, and then he just drags you.
That would be crazy to watch. That would be fucking like that. It's hard to believe, but at the same time, to actually see it happen would be fucking entertaining. Now that you mention it, I just want to see that. I want to see.
I want to see a Chiss bounty hunter.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Chiss are very rare though.
That's why.
I think though with Thrawn, having an Imperial be like a Chiss Imperial was kind of already it sells itself enough there. I think as a bounty hunter, it might be a little bit repetitive. It might feel a little repetitive.
Break?
Oh, his
broke on me just
his
now.
desk clamp just fell off. I think I have the same one.
Broke on me. What the fuck?
Nice.
You guys keep talking. I'm gonna fix this real quick.
Okay, yeah. I think a Chiss bounty hunter would be cool
Please
because
stand by.
if you look at Grand Admiral Thrawn's character, just imagine him as a bounty hunter who's extremely calculated. He's intelligent, and when the time is right, if he wants to attack you, he'll know how to do it the right way.
Actually, okay, hear me out. What if when Ezra and Thrawn come back, Thrawn pursues a career in bounty hunting because the Empire's gone? Could you see that happening?
I don't see Thrawn getting into bounty hunting.
It's not really Thrawn-esque.
Yeah.
I've always seen Thrawn as a leader, as a commander.
Yeah. I could see him in the First Order, possibly.
Yeah, that could work. What's the life expectancy of a Chiss?
I have no idea.
I think they're a little bit longer than humans. I'm not sure.
What's canonically what did I get in Star Wars? Do humans have any special lifespan, lifespan extensions?
No, I don't.
I think they're just I think it's just the average lifespan. I think it's
Well, unless your name is Sheev, then it's a bit different. But
hey, that man was sucking off Darth Plagueis, man. He was draining that power.
That whole thing was also kind of weird, but okay, just imagine sitting there for 30 fucking years and just doing absolutely nothing. What
do you guys think is going to happen in the finale? Do you think any important characters are going to die?
Possibly in the finale, possibly Cad Bane. I mean, if you can consider him.
Yeah,
I think Cad Bane is likely.
Likely,
in my opinion.
I mean, it's possible he could live on. It depends on what. It depends on what Dave has in terms what he has planned out for him. Because who knows? Maybe Filoni thinks that it would be more. It has more potential for Cad Bane to live on and for us to see what he does post Empire instead of just killing him off.
You also have to keep in mind how old he is.
How old is
he? He's
in his early 70s.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, that's why his skin is so pale. because if you're a Duros and you age, your skin starts to decolorize.
The thing is, I don't think they're gonna kill him off in this episode. Maybe in season 2, because like we see this, because we got to think about it from the perspective of someone who's not someone who's watched the Clone Wars. If you've only ever watched the live action stuff and you see this blue dude show up on screen, you're like, oh, he looks really fucking cool. And for him, if he were to get absolutely just murdered an episode after he gets introduced, people are going to be like, oh, that's kind of a waste of potential. I feel like if anything, they're going to give us some time with him on screen in maybe the second season, and then we'll watch him die, because I do want to watch him die. I feel like it's time.
I do
think
think
the old ranch and old yeller him.
But I think like I don't want him to like. I feel like he needs to at least do something meaningful, because like we just got him back, and like back like early like Clone Wars. I mean, think about like what he's done. He's held the Senate hostage. He's infiltrated a Jedi temple and succeeded at stealing a Jedi holocron. He's been in a hand-to-hand fight with Ahsoka, Obi-Wan,
Quinlan Voss,
and I think Anakin at one point, but he lost that fight. But like he beat Obi-Wan, Quinlan Voss, and Ahsoka. So that's like he's gone toe to toe with Jedi and come out on top. Like and also he's canonically killed 2 Jedi so far. That's like to have like a title, like to be a Jedi killer is some like I don't like they never express like some kind of special label on being a Jedi killer, but that's kind of a big deal. Like really just having shown that you can be a Jedi.
Mm-hmm.
He also has a rematch with Fennec Shan to deal with.
Yeah,
so.
Cad Bane's got beef with both of those people.
Yeah, and I feel
Bane's
like
got beef with a lot of people.
Okay, because Cad Bane's one of the top bounty hunters in the galaxy.
Do you guys think he killed the sheriff?
I hope.
No,
I would be pissed if they killed him.
Cod Vanth is still alive. The deputy is dead. The deputy.
Yeah, the deputy is dead.
The deputy, fuck the deputy.
No,
that dude.
Oh my god,
should have just minded his own business.
No, it was funny. I was quick to just immediately go on TikTok and use one of the sounds. It was like of Patrick saying "Careful, SpongeBob," and just put that as the deputy from Cobb Vanth is having standoff, because that's like exactly who the fucking deputy was. Like he was Patrick telling SpongeBob to be careful. It's like, bitch, you are not needed here. Get the fuck out of here. Careful, SpongeBob! Careful, SpongeBob! Careful, SpongeBob! No, seeing him die.
I was gonna say something. Give me a second. Continue conversation. I'm sorry for interrupting. Fuck, I had something.
I think what would be cool is, because I know that some of you don't want a Boba versus Cad Bane kind of duel. I think it would be amazing because of the fact that the deleted arc from Clone Wars.
Yeah.
I think it would be cool if Bosk was part of the Pike Syndicate too, because you have Cad Bane, you have Cad Bane and Bosk, and then you have Chrysanthemum, who's a Wookiee, and then you have Boba, who has.
I think you're right.
Think about another Trandoshan Wookiee rivalry, and then you got Boba and Cad Bane. I feel like that
actually sounds awesome.
Yeah,
and then we've already seen a little hint of how much Chrysanthemum hates Trandoshans.
Yep.
We already seen him pull off the Trandoshan's arm.
I think you're 100%
for no given
right
reason.
Who knows? Like, who knows if Boba and Cad are going to fight? But I don't know, because I was always thinking that maybe, like, I could envision there being 2 fights, sort of like where you have a similar, like, you know how like the deleted scene that fight between Cad and Boba back in Clone Wars. If we had that in Bad Batch, because I've always had the impression that we are not going to get Omega or anyone in Boba Fett, or at least like because I don't think they're going to do a big of a time skip of her being a child to her being middle aged. I don't see I think it's more likely we'll see Boba Fett.
So pretty today.
Stop being down bad, Jacob. We're likely to see Boba Fett in Bad Batch before we see Omega in Book of Boba Fett. And yeah, for the reason, we already got Cad Bane in Bad Batch, so it's possible we could get like a fight between them in Bad Batch where Cad Bane wins because like he's more experienced and Boba Fett is still learning, just for Book of Boba Fett to come in and that's the rematch, and he finally beats Cad Bane and kills him. That's always been my impression of what could happen. But yeah, given we've already got Cad Bane in Book of Boba Fett, we might have to get the first ever fight we see of them being Book of Boba Fett and Cad Bane dies. Like, it's different order.
I want to hear an interesting theory.
Oh,
Yes.
what?
I was talking to my buddy the other day, and he was saying that watch Cad Bane have Beskar bullets.
Ooh.
I don't know if I like
Preparation
that.
for this.
I don't know.
I could see it.
Because remember when the armorer was talking about how
Yeah.
the Beskar
That's true.
spear's mere existence puts
Yeah.
Mandalorians at risk. Well, if Beskar can pierce Beskar, then why not?
Especially if you're going up against Mandalorians.
Yeah.
I would think that's what he would have.
And I mean, also think
That's
about
true.
the fact that
And he's working for the Pikes. They have loads of money.
Cad Bane has whatever those things on his wrists are that like he stole from a Mandalorian. Like
The little whistles, little bird whistle.
the missiles, like those belong to a Mandalorian, and he's got. So it's possible that he found some Beskar. I don't know how it works because I think like if the Mandalorians on Mandalore had much Beskar, but if they did, but it would make sense that like he got it the same place he got the fucking.
I feel like the
missile
Beskar
launchers.
bullets would be cool because have you guys ever seen Luke Cage?
Yeah, I've seen it.
Remember those bullets that they made to pierce Luke Cage's skin?
Judas
That's
bullets?
like the same vibe. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what I'm kind of thinking. Like, what if that could
Oh, yeah.
pierce through Boba's armor, or maybe even Din Djarin's armor, and could do something? I
Yeah.
don't know, but it would be cool. Like,
It feels
have
very
something I wanna
Batman
say
v
real quick.
Superman-esque. Sorry.
Oh,
I have something I want to say real quick. So I know we're talking about bounty hunters, but this is pertaining to the Book of Boba Fett. This has been something that's been aching on me for like a couple days now, ever since the episode came out. Who else is angry at Ahsoka because she dipped on Luke?
she's got to go save Ezra.
Well, I mean, yeah.
You gotta go find Ezra.
She never.
Dude, Ezra had his story. I want to see Ahsoka and Luke be best of friends. I
Yeah.
want to see them have a grand old time. She literally is like, "Oh, you're just like your father." And then they had this friendly conversation. She's like, I'm gonna leave you with the kid. I'm out. Deuces.
Well, I mean, okay, like Ahsoka doesn't have any intention of helping, like to train Grogu. That's literally
You have
like.
to, but let Luke hit.
But I
Yeah,
mean,
yeah,
it's like. Well,
You know what I'm saying?
she has no value of being there if like she's not going to help Grogu out because
Yeah, like
literally
she's trying to go find Thrawn.
yeah, and
Meaning she's trying to go find Ezra too.
assuming that
So,
Grogu
she'll be
does
back.
choose the lightsaber. Yeah, Ahsoka
Well,
by
we're gonna see her on
staying
the TV show.
has no like she offers no value of staying because she's doing absolutely nothing. Like, well, there's no point in
Yeah.
her staying if she. And like yeah, especially to your point, like finding Thrawn is one of her number one priorities. And
I
as it
freaking
should
love
be.
the little ant droids that are building like the little Jedi temple.
Oh, yeah.
That was
Yeah.
great. I love that.
I'm trying to think what
Is there anyone alive here?
Yeah.
I'm trying to think like I'm pretty sure there was like a toy that had it like was it hex bugs or something? That
Oh
just-
yeah, they do look like hex bugs.
Wait, hold on. I'm gonna fucking.
And then
They do. Holy shit! Like they kind of like the rectangular shit there. I could see, yeah, definitely has.
do they sell ones that are Jedi Temple Edition?
Yeah, Jedi.
One droid I would love to see is Cad Bane's droid Toto.
Yeah, I don't know.
That'd be great.
That was what I was
Uh-huh.
curious about when I saw Cad Bane. I'm like, where's Toto 360?
Yeah.
Where is he?
Well, I would
He
be
got blown up
surprised.
in one episode.
Sorry,
didn't
Master
he?
Bane.
Wait, hold on. Actually, I mean, didn't wasn't Toto not with him when he first showed up in Bad Batch?
I think
Because
he
No,
was
he was
with
with
them.
him. Toto was with him.
when he had
got
the
his booster
standoff
cut?
with the
Yeah.
standoff with yeah
Hunter.
Okay, yeah, that's true. Yeah, with
Yeah,
Hunter.
Hunter
Okay, that's-
shot Toto's booster.
I don't know. Maybe who knows? I mean, maybe Toto is just not feeling it with the desert because it's the desert. It's fucking Tatooine. Like, just stays in the ship or something. I don't know. Or maybe he was.
Maybe they
destroyed.
modified Toto to be that train conductor.
God, if they put what's his name, 000's like personality core into Toto, that would be amazing.
Oh no,
Oh my god.
that would be crazy. Imagine
It'd
if
be
we
like
see
the
000.
best combo of droid.
That is. I mean, yeah, it's not fun.
So let me ask you guys something.
Yeah.
Okay, so like,
Yeah.
I know we're talking about Book of Boba Fett, but I kind of feel like we're talking about this the grand scheme of Star Wars in general now.
Oh, yeah.
So I was trying to convince my buddy Doron because he doesn't watch movies. So I was trying to get him to watch not watch JoJo, watch Star Wars. And he got like halfway through episode 4 and he wanted me to give him all like the plot points of the main story because he can't get into it. He's not a movie guy.
Mhm.
And I was explaining to him what Order 66 was. And I had this realization that like I don't feel bad about Order 66 anymore. I no longer think it's a tragedy. Because of all the events that we saw in the Clone Wars and how evil the Jedi Temple is, and how they had so much more power than the dark side did, that when Order 66 happened, that was just the universe and the Force itself correcting itself because there needs to be balance between the two sides. So like when I watch Order 66 now, I feel no sympathy. I feel nothing. I'm
Well,
like,
here's the
"Whoa,
thing.
fuck those
It's like-
guys."
Balance in the Force isn't like equal side good, equal side bad. It's not like that at all.
Yeah.
In fact, I actually prefer the term harmony in the Force because that's the actual French translation of whenever they talk about balance in the Force. It actually does mean getting rid of the dark side and keeping the light side, because the dark side, all the Sith, they what's the word?
Stopping the poison.
It's like a dam. The Force is like, the Force is like a river. The dark
Well,
side is the dam. They stop the flow of the Force.
But you
for
need
its
the
own
dark
good.
side to mix it with the light side. It's like yin and yang.
Mhm.
You need evil with good. You need darkness with light. They
Well,
work.
the-
They go co in hand.
Light and
I
dark will
mean,
exist no matter
can
what.
we acknowledge at least that this complication it makes perfect sense as to why the prophecy was misread. Like
I hate the
it's-
Chosen One prophecy.
If
I
it,
hate
you know,
it.
I do too. I think it's a little bit weird and like it kind of like and like I don't like I like this. I do love the sequels, but I think the whole Chosen One aspect kind of was thrown in there to just sound good or to like it's kind of been like it's like plot like it's partly plot armor in the movie.
Sequels. Are you referring to like 7, 8, and 9?
No, as in 1, 2, and 3.
Oh, the original trilogy. Okay.
Prequels.
No, not the original
Prequels.
trilogy. I mean the prequels. Yeah,
Okay, my guy.
Yeah.
You got to be consistent. Okay.
I said prequels. Or did I? I don't know. I think I did.
It's either it's an equal. So I mean, you know.
They're all the same. They're all
Either one of
Star Wars movies. Although one trilogy is horrible. The other ones,
I would
Okay.
disagree.
I will
I mean,
say,
they're all-
Depends on which one you're talking about.
unpopular opinion. I don't think the prequels are as bad as everyone makes out. Unless it's episode 2. Fuck episode 2. That movie sucked.
Boom.
Yeah, I don't think
And that's
episode
why.
2 was.
And you like Django Fett. What are you talking about?
Jango Fett may be cool.
Okay, hear me out.
Oh,
I actually like
better.
Jango Fett a
But the
lot
movie
more than I
sucked.
like Boba Fett. Like Jango, I think Jango Fett is
Fett's
much better.
shiny.
Jango Fett's a better bounty hunter than Boba Fett.
Although he
Here's
got
the thing.
fucked by Mace Windu, dude. Mace Windu fucked him up.
Boba Fett in the originals wasn't a character. Honestly, he's
Yeah,
a cool
he
set of
wasn't.
armor. That's always how I saw him as.
As
It's
the
just
great,
Yeah.
as the great
armor.
epic
But
rap
everyone
album history
loved him
pointed out,
because of
he had
his
5 lines in
mystery.
the trilogy, and one of them was,
Yeah.
I love
Yeah.
hearing Char's explanation because, of course, yeah, your favorite character.
Yeah, he only
being
had a
Boba Fett.
total of 6 minutes and 32 seconds in the
It's
All of
like
his
entire
lines
original
can fit
trilogy.
on one tweet.
Like,
in the original
really?
trilogy.
No,
6
the
minutes?
fact
Yeah.
that like the aspect of the pure aspect of him looking fucking dope is what like the embodiment of just being fucking dope is what makes him your favorite character.
No, yeah, that's what made him
Or-
so cool for me when I was a kid because I just loved his ship. I love that's my favorite ship in all of Star Wars is Slave
Slave
One.
One.
And then Boba Fett, like him in Empire Strikes Back, he's so mysterious. You don't know anything about him. And
Yeah.
Vader himself has to go up to him between 6 bounty hunters and say, "No disintegrations." And then all he says is,
What if
"As you wish."
What if what if
He
Uncle
melts
Owen?
people.
That's what I was gonna say.
Do you think he fucking killed Uncle Owen? And,
Yeah, he did. It's in the
like-
comics.
Oh, it is in
Wait,
the
yeah,
comics?
It's actually
It's in the Darth
confirmed?
Vader comics.
Mhm.
I didn't know that.
Boba's a dickhead.
Yep.
I mean that's hardcore. That's crazy.
Vader tasked him to go find the pilot who blew up the Death Star. Oh wait, hold on.
No, it was
after.
it was after.
Yeah. Oh, sorry. 2015 Darth Vader is after.
No,
At
stormtroopers
New
kill
Hope.
Uncle Owen.
But can we
That's
acknowledge that
right.
after the
But
special edition release back in like whatever 2000 whatever, we Boba Fett is in that Jabba the Hutt scene. So imagine,
Yeah.
so just imagine, like he just got finished, just deep frying Uncle Owen and Aunt Beru, and now he's just chilling with Jabba, and Han shows up, and he's like, "Oh yeah, sup, Boba." He's just chilling. He's just standing there, just chilling. After just fucking decimating.
I wasn't a fan of that
decimating
edition. I
Luke
didn't
Skywalker.
like Boba Fett being in episode 4. I mean, cool, yeah, Mark Anthony Austin. I love the cameo for your Boba Fett. I wasn't a fan of it, of him just being like, yeah, I'm here. Oh, whoa, Boba Fett's there. Wow. Like it doesn't change anything, but all it does is just add that Boba Fett's there.
I mean,
Yeah.
the scene itself was kind of, I think, unnecessary. Like they didn't really need the scene. It was never in the original release. I think, for obvious reasons, like it was not really didn't line up consistently with the rest of Star Wars because of how the scene was recorded, but long before they had any actual visualization of what Jabba would look like, before they realized how big he was, the fact that he's not a human, and being told he's the greatest human ever, like on the planet, like that whole shit. That really fucked me up as a kid because I'm thinking to myself, wait, in the world of Star Wars, are all these aliens regarded as humans? Like, is that how humans work?
Are you talking about when Han said, "Jabba, you're a wonderful human being"?
Yes. Yeah.
Well, no, because the original, the first cut of Star Wars, it was played by Jabba was played by a human.
Yeah, it was a Scottish dude or an Irish dude or whatever, and you're a wonderful human. But then seeing it as a kid, him say that, I'm like, I'm thinking to myself, are all alien species that are like can talk and have intelligence and stuff like that? Are they all considered humans in the Star Wars universe?
No. Well, if you didn't know, Greedo was initially supposed to speak regular basic. In Clone Wars, that arc where he captures Papa Noida's daughters,
Right.
he speaks basic, but in the original cut for episode 4, he was supposed to speak basic, but a change in the editing made him speak an alien language. So that's why he speaks Huttese.
Same thing with, I mean, there was a lot of voiceovers because, like, James Earl Jones's voice was dubbed over the original voice. Like, the original voice was
David Prowse's voice as Vader. Oh my god, it's so funny.
Alliance and a traitor, take her away.
Yeah.
Rebel Alliance and a traitor, take her away.
That makes me bummed out that he didn't know that he was being dubbed over until the actual release of the movie.
Yeah.
It's like,
it was worth it.
It's actually one of the things it's one of the feuds he had up until his death with George Lucas, and it's like leading up to why he's banned he was banned in every single Star Wars based event.
Rest in peace, David Prowse.
Yeah, rest in peace, David. I mean, like, I'm pretty sure wasn't he an Olympic fencer or swordsman or something?
No, he was an Olympic strongman.
Oh, an Olympic strong.
He was English strongman. Yeah,
wait,
he was
hold
a
on.
bodybuilder.
I mean, he's not that big.
I'm gonna look at the actors who played in the old Star Wars movies and realize how fucking awesome most of them were. You got James Earl Jones. You got Alec Guinness. Like, he's a legend in his own way.
Jesus Christ! I did not realize how big this dude.
Actor to ever play in a Star Wars movie to win an Oscar for their respected character. That's only one Oscar won for a character.
I did not realize how big David Prowse was. Because like I'm used to seeing him in the Darth Vader armor, and he's not. You don't really see his bulk or anything. So now that I just looked on Google
Images, the suit masks it a little bit, but he's a big guy.
Holy shit.
David what?
David Prowse. Prowse.
Jesus Christ! I did not. I thought it was like an Olympic fencer or something.
Holy shit!
I mean, like that just makes it even crazier how the voice just did not match. Like, Jesus Christ. Like you'd expect a guy that big and that muscular to have a deep, menacing voice, but he doesn't, or not a Vader type one at least.
Can we go back to that?
He's an honorable Englishman. He's not supposed to be, extremely evil and but it's just James Earl Jones's voice is just beautiful. Like if you there's no other person that can voice Darth Vader as well as James Earl Jones. So
Right,
I'm
yeah,
glad they
right.
dubbed it over. If they kept David Prowse's voice, that would have been extremely awkward.
It would have been awkward, but at least give him a heads up.
Yeah. Oh yeah, definitely. Well, originally, I mean, James Earl Jones didn't even. In the first two in New Hope and Empire Strikes Back, he didn't think the movies would actually do all that well. So he asked not to be credited in that. So
Yeah.
like because he thought the movies would flop, and it wasn't until he had Return of the Jedi.
And even George Lucas thought that the first one was going to flop. Like he went to,
I think everyone
he took a
did.
vacation to Hawaii.
Yeah.
Harrison Ford, all the cast members were there. George Lucas was in Hawaii with Steven Spielberg planning Raiders of the Lost Ark.
like, oh my god!
Thank God it didn't flop.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was the biggest surprise in cinema history.
But anyway, because we're 40 minutes in, I think we might as well talk about just the grand scheme of what we're looking forward to for the upcoming Star Wars projects, like stuff we expect in the future. Like, what is everyone's thoughts on? Like, what are we all looking forward to the most?
Everyone's looking forward to Kenobi. So like,
my
co-host on my podcast, he doesn't shut up about Kenobi. I'm excited for Kenobi. I know. I want a Book of Boba Fett because I'm a Boba Fett guy. But the show's not over yet, so it could change. This episode has to be a banger. But in terms of right now, for what I want to see, I'm excited for the Ahsoka show.
Oh yeah,
I'm excited for the Ahsoka show. I want to see Thrawn in live action.
Like, do you think Benedict Cumberbatch will play him?
No, honestly, I think Lars Mikkelsen, the guy who voices him in Rebels, and I think he can actually play the part. So
Lars Mikkelsen, I'm gonna look him up to.
I forgot.
I don't know if he has any relation to Mads Mikkelsen.
I mean, I think he. Hold on, I'm gonna look. I'm gonna compare him to. I'm gonna look at him side by side with the character. Just don't give me that. They don't give me that. Okay. Here it is. Actually, I can see it. I can see him, like blue face paint and everything, and it looks like him.
You give him some makeup on the cheekbones, to flesh up that Thrawn
Put in some
jawline.
movie magic, he'll be good to go.
Dude, ILM's got it where it counts, man.
Wait, hold on. It looks like was Lars Mikkelsen in Game of Thrones? Hold on. They show. There's a photo of it. It looks like Game of Thrones. He's on set of Game of Thrones. Play.
He
What does he
looks
play?
like maybe not. Never mind.
Hold on. I'm gonna get to the bottom of this. Lars, who is?
Yeah.
No, I think it was Witcher. Actually, sorry, I think it's Witcher. No, not Game of Thrones. But the setup looks similar. That's why.
Do you? So someone Polo J just asked. Do you think another Star Wars saga could happen? If it's one consistent fucking director.
Yeah.
Well, the originals didn't have consistent directors either.
Exactly.
Well,
but I mean, here's the thing. 7 had JJ, then we went to Ryan, and then we went back to JJ, and it was just a fight over who had the best toy collection.
I don't
like
the
Asian dude who directed Furious 7.
What's that?
Originally, it wasn't supposed to be J.J. Abrams who came back for episode 9. It was supposed to be the director who did the Fast and Furious 7 movie, but he dropped episode 9 so that he can try and push the idea of making a Mortal Kombat movie.
Yeah.
Wait, was he the one that did the Mortal Kombat movie?
Yeah.
I didn't actually mind that movie.
I didn't mind it.
Yeah, like I went with my dad.
Mortal Kombat and not have a Mortal Kombat tournament? How are you going to have Melina and not have Katana be introduced to make sense of Melina? And how are you going to kill Kung Lao? How are you going to do that?
Okay, I hate Kung Lao.
I don't want to be part of this podcast with you, Johnsky. You just said you
got line banned. You are going to be on here every single week because every single week you are going to get banned on live again and again. Keep appealing, getting it back up, banned. You're coming back. We know you're.
We all know the best Mortal Kombat character is Baraka.
Wrong, Johnny. Wrong. Long as one ain't here, you fucking Brussels
Just
sprouts.
slicing and slicing.
Hey yo,
Yeah,
he would be
I don't
more
like
out there
Congo.
though. Who's trying to get their shit rocked in Mortal Kombat though?
I don't play
Oh.
Mortal Kombat. I play Injustice.
Who do you
I
play in
don't really play
never mind. I was gonna ask
MGA.
who you play, then I realized the mustache. I was like, it's Oliver Queen.
Green, the
Baby.
mustache, yeah. You know
Oh,
who
he's
I
an
play.
Oliver Queen guy. Yes.
Yeah.
Hey, man, I like Green
Oh,
Arrow
he's
too.
one
I
of-
mean Green Arrow. I'll fuck you up as Green Arrow.
Yeah, I play
Oh,
Green Arrow,
that interaction
Supergirl.
they have. Do you know that interaction when Green Arrow fights himself in Injustice 2? And they're talking about who's the evil one. I don't know. We both got beards.
Yeah. I think my favorite one though is when he's fighting Joker. He goes, "Do you know what the first rule of fighting circus freaks is?" And Joker goes, "What?" And he goes, "Always go for the juggler."
Yeah, I heard that. No,
That
I
was
mean,
my favorite.
how about Joker telling him he doesn't have a sense of humor? He's like, "Hello, boxing glove arrow." Like
Yeah.
that.
Love that.
No, Green Arrow. Green
okay.
Arrow.
I love how he's voiced by what's his name, Alan Tudyk.
Really?
Oh yeah, Alan Tudyk.
Yeah,
Oh.
I didn't
Alan
know that
Tudyk
until
is
like 2 years after the game came out.
Yeah.
I was gonna say something. So the thing about a new Star Wars saga, if it's one
Yeah.
consistent director, I would be fine with it because I know that they're in the works right now. We're supposed to be getting a new trilogy, some starting like within the next like 3 years.
Mhm.
It's gonna be a
Ah.
Ryan Johnson Star Wars trilogy, and
I
it's
think they
supposedly-
canned it. I think they dropped it.
Well,
If I
they
No,
dropped
I
the
know. I
original-
think they brought it back. I think that was
They
when
dropped
the
the
Rogue
original idea.
Squadron
I
debacle was
thought
happening.
I thought it was supposed to be about the kid at the very end of episode 8 who used the Force. I thought it was supposed to be about them, but apparently they dropped that, and now
Okay.
we're gonna get an Old Republic. We're gonna see Yoda when he's 200 years old.
That's High Republic.
High Republic, Old Republic. Either
No,
way,
High Republic. No,
High Republic is after.
High
Old
Republic.
oh,
starts-
so you trying to correct me and you got it wrong, Johnsky. Suck a dick.
High Republic
And I-
starts around 300 BBY
Yeah.
because the Trade
Hmm.
Federation was created before the High Republic and 350 BBY.
Timeline.
So
Hold on,
that's how I know.
But
The council decided it.
Old Republic ends at about 1,000 BBY. That's the thing.
Yeah, like right at the bare end
So
of
like
Bane's
Yoda was not even born by the time it ended. So like technically, I'm not wrong when I'm pointing out that that Yoda's not going to be in the Old Republic, but
What? The movie takes place 700 years before the prequels. Yoda's like 200 years old.
no.
Yeah.
Oh well, okay. If the movie takes place 700 years before it, then sure. And they probably will. They could probably stretch the timeline out a few hundred years to.
We're
fit
supposed to
in
be
Yoda.
seeing. We're supposed to see Darth Plagueis, Darth Bane. We're supposed to see all the names that have been hyped up in the books and in the I almost said the manga, in the comics and the games. We're supposed to see all that in action.
Yeah, and especially when the remastered Old Republic comes out next year, I think that would spark up a lot of interest for those people that don't know a lot about the Old Republic.
Yeah.
Because I know there's people that play SWTOR, KOTOR 1, KOTOR 2, and they've read Annihilation, Deceived, Fatal Alliance. They've read all those kinds of books, and it's like a lot of the Legends continuity in that timeline. It's really interesting if you dive into specifically the Old Republic, because there's a lot of fleshed out characters and ideas that could be used and brought into canon. I think because I remember Kathleen Kennedy, I don't know if she said this or someone else did, but they said that they're not going to tamper with the Old Republic. They could like if they were to make a film, they're not going to change out everything that was established from the games and the books that have been.
But don't
Yeah.
fuck with
Yeah.
the Old Republic. That's the stuff
I'm gonna
that
have
I
to-
want to see.
I don't know what to look up just to confirm that because I wanted to confirm that because I don't know for a fact. Like I mean, you say that you said she's not she stated she's not going to be touching Old Republic, but I don't know if I don't know what to which headlines to trust.
Well, if you
these days,
think
or-
about it, like
Yeah.
just think from like an owner's perspective. Like the Old Republic has been established for over 15 years now.
yeah,
Like in our timeline, like and like why have to rewrite all of that when everything has been established? Like you can definitely go in a timeline of Revan, you can go in a timeline of you can basically just make the Revan
Christian,
book
hey,
a
quick,
movie.
who is Baby Yoda? Is that Yoda or his race? It's his
Like
race.
just
I mean, no, sorry,
recap
no, Baby,
Andromadas.
yeah. Right.
That's all you got to do.
Baby
What is
Yoda
Baby
is
Yoda's
his
race
race.
named?
I
I
don't
can't find the
know.
name anywhere.
Yoda's
There is
race
no
is unknown.
name for his race.
But yeah, it's a different. His official name is Grogu.
Hmm.
Do you guys think? Okay, so one thing I really don't like one thing I was very disappointed about with the Book of Boba Fett, the most recent episode, is Luke giving that stupid ass ultimatum of you can either pick the lightsaber or you can pick the armor. You can only choose one. This is a nitpick, but only Sith steal an absolute, and that was an absolute. Luke, you're a douchebag.
Yeah.
Second, we already know that he's going to leave and go join the Mandalorian because otherwise, if he stays with Luke, Kylo Ren's going to murder Baby Yoda.
Well, who knows? I mean, technically, in Rise of Kylo Ren...
Are you going to sit there and tell me you want to watch Baby Yoda get murked by an evil Kylo Ren?
He survived Order 66, even though he's clearly shown right in front of the fucking clone troopers going full out,
Well, there were thousands of Jedi, like...
Yeah, but I mean, to
there
my
be
point,
some
he
that
survived.
survived.
Okay, but like Rise of
there are only
Kylo Ren,
12 of Luke's
Rise
students.
of Kylo Ren does spare, or at first he spares his whatever you would call classmates in Jedi terminology, his Padmates,
Padawans.
his fellow Padmates. I don't know if I can. Like he spared them. He didn't try to kill them, even though he easily could have, and they tried to attack him like 3 times before he decided to fucking kill them. Or he's like he just lets them go, so it wouldn't be a surprise if he lets Grogu go, because Grogu would probably at most be like what for us a toddler, like just barely conceiving human speech or something after like 30 years. I don't know. I mean, the age is kind of weird with Yoda species, but like he probably wouldn't, like he'd probably still be a fairly young looking creature.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And I would assume Kylo Ren would spare him because he doesn't seem to have any interest in fighting.
Kylo may spare him, but would the Knights of Ren spare him?
Okay, so Kylo Ren joins the Knights of Ren after he betrays the Jedi, like after he
the Knights of Ren were with Kylo the night of the betrayal.
No, in Rise of Kylo Ren, he has to go to them. I think they have he's not shown with them in the comic. He has to go to them to ask to join, and then that's when he fights the leader, and then that's how he becomes the Kylo Ren of the Knights of Ren.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm pretty sure he was not with the Knights of Ren at the time.
The Lego Halloween special, he was with them.
Fucking love that knowledge. He said the Lego. Bro, that's its own canon timeline. I'm using it.
Yep.
Top Kylo Ren.
Technically, I guess. I mean, it's. I can't.
That was one of the twins.
Hey! Can I just talk about something? It's related to Star Wars, but it's beef with the Lego games. How are you gonna give me online co-op for one game, and then take away my online co-op? I want to wreck people in Star Wars Lego games with my homie online. I can't do it. My beef is over.
At least they're giving us Mumble mode back.
Wait, they're actually doing. I didn't know. I didn't get the update. I didn't check out the news on that. So like, it's actually confirmed. We get to switch to grunts.
Yep.
Fuck yes, we needed that.
For what? For the new Lego Star Wars game?
Yeah, it's not the same. Dialogue is not how Lego humor. Lego humor is no dialogue. That's how it's built, and it's a crucial part.
I don't mind the dialogue for the actual like Lego movies and the specials that they've been doing with the Christmas special
and Lego Force
Halloween
Awakens
special.
they had
Okay,
dialogue.
that makes sense. And like, okay, Ninjago is kind of built around dialogue, but like one of many reasons I hate Harry Potter. The first game, here's 1 through 4,
because you look like fucking
5
Draco
through 7
Malfoy.
dialogue. What the fuck? Where's the consistency? You give 1 through 4 in traditional grunts, and then 5 through 7 in dialogue. That ruins everything.
Why, Draco? You look like Draco Malfoy right now. You acting like him too, a whiny little bitch.
Shut the fuck up. Bitch, you're like fucking Ron Weasley. You just
Polo J said,
unnecessarily
"Do you guys play
just-
Ron
Battlefront 2?"
Weasley
I do.
clapped cheeks, bro.
I played
He was
Battlefront.
I play
busting
Battlefront
down
2. I
booty
play
doors,
on
bro.
I play
Okay,
on
but
my,
he
my
clapped cheeks with
PS4.
Hermione.
I can play
Hermione
on
isn't.
PS4 too.
Oh my god.
Nice.
There are reasons why I hate Harry Potter, and the Lego
You
games
look like a
being
fucking
the
nerd.
second Lego game is all the more reason.
I like how there's like two different conversations here going on.
Yeah, we're
So
talking
then-
about how Nick and I play Battlefront 2 on our PlayStations, and then you guys are
Yeah.
like, "Screw Harry Potter! What the
Dude,
hell?"
you
Well,
guys would have been
that's-
so much cooler if you would have said, "I played on my Xbox," because I don't have Battlefront 2 on my PlayStation.
I have a Series S, but I mean, I don't have. I got rid of my Game Pass because I mean, it's like I haven't been playing it much. So
Yeah.
I have a PlayStation, like no games though, to be honest.
you should get a
I-
game.
John
think-
does hate.
Oh,
a
you're
lot of
right, dude. I
things.
should get a game.
Huh? Wait, what do I name?
Battlefront
no, there's
2015
just
for
this
$3
person
at
in chat
GameStop.
Is
saying
it on sale for $3 right now?
Yeah. Oh, L.
No,
I don't hate-
2015
I don't hate
Battlefront, not
everything.
Battlefront 2.
I don't hate everything else. I like
Battlefront 2.
playing things.
Oh,
No,
boy.
we don't want you to play with us. You hate everything. First off, I'll never play video games with a guy who says that Captain America: Civil War was a bad movie.
Because of what? I hate that movie. You know
Because you
despise
have
it.
no taste.
The stakes were non-existent in that movie. Everything gets resolved immediately.
No,
in
it
Infinity War.
doesn't. The fucking
Yes, it does.
Nick?
they were weak
No,
for
you
when
never
Thanos
call
showed up.
You never call up Cap, even if Civil War didn't happen.
Man, I love being ignorant. I haven't seen it.
Wait, you have
Listen,
interesting.
There's a lot of MCU movies that I just have not seen.
listen, I can forgive that. What I can't forgive is dumb over here looking like Draco Malfoy, bitching and complaining, and then hating on fucking Captain America.
I didn't hate on Captain America. I just
You mean
hated on
Captain
Civil
Alabama?
You sound goofy.
War. What do you mean I sound goofy? You sound goofy. You always
Captain
sound like
Alabama.
You literally look like you work at Disney World right now. Shut your goofy ass up.
You say that like that's a bad thing. You know what? At least I get to go in for free and go explore all that shit. Go to Galaxy's Edge with free of charge. You say that like that's a bad thing, motherfucker. I take that as a blessing.
You
I
know the
would
bad
move to
thing, though?
Florida
That's no
to-
katana though. Ah! I'm sorry.
It has to be Rebels or further. Otherwise, it's weird.
Yeah, no shit. I'm talking about live action Ahsoka. I want to know, do it clap though?
Yeah, cats.
Oh gosh, she's on the keyboard.
Ahsoka
Her name's Salem.
Katana.
Yeah.
Oh,
Oh, we should have named her Ahsoka. God damn it.
I don't have a lightsaber. But I have a Zelda. Come at me, you salty dog. I should probably get me a lightsaber, to be honest. I really
Yes, you
want
should.
either a Luke or a fucking Obi-Wan lightsaber. That sounds
Which
awesome.
Obi-Wan?
Well, we have both right here, right now.
I'm talking OG.
Oh, like
Oh,
episode
okay.
4?
Yeah,
Oh, because I have the episode 3 one. I wasn't sure of like.
I love his episode 3 one. Episode or Luke's 6 lightsabers is also good. I also kind of generically want to get, of course, Anakin's lightsaber. Which,
Mhm.
by the way, Obi-Wan was like, your father wanted you to have this when you were old enough. 30 years ago, a bunch of kids were murdered with it. So there's a lot of kids murdered that day.
Yeah.
Well, also Ray
Different.
Ray complaining about the whatever that guy the Sith assassin or Sith hunter or whatever.
Ochi of Bastum.
Ochi, yeah, that guy. And she picks up his dagger, and she's like, horrible things have been done with this blade.
Yeah, but
While
here's the
holding
thing.
the fucking Youngling Slayer.
She already went through all that awful stuff in
Yeah.
The Force Awakens. So it makes sense that she wouldn't comment about the lightsaber and she would comment about the
Ugh.
knife.
Well, look, yeah, but I mean, we
I
didn't
got a
see
pop figure.
the Younglings get murdered in
Nice.
her flashbacks. So,
I think she was aware of it though.
Yeah.
yeah, probably.
There's, like, there's a lot of death and
It's
destruction that's been,
probably done, but I mean,
that's
it's
been
just
dealt with
like
this thing.
it's funny to like look back. It's funny to poke at that, just like how she's saying horrible things have been done, and then she's got the fucking Youngling Slayer 9000. Just yeah, it's just it's a funny little thing to poke fun. Yeah, just to poke
Yeah.
fun at.
I mean, there's a lot of funny little things
Yeah.
in Star Wars in general
Oh
that you
my
can poke fun
god.
at.
The Obi-Wan in A New Hope talking about
Who that?
when the Jawas are killed, talking about how like, oh, that's too accurate for Sand people. Only Imperial stormtroopers could shoot this precise. Like, what the
I got a
fuck?
quick question real
Okay.
quick
Oh my god.
for Char Char.
Stormtroopers.
How much you pay for a lightsaber hilt like that? How much you guys pay for your lightsabers?
Um,
Uh,
I got this one from Corband, so
mine was
I
free. It was a Christmas gift.
oh,
Interesting.
mine
It
was
was like 700.
Yeah, mine was
700. Wait, 700 to. I'm gonna.
yeah, mine was
I'm gonna,
not to like subtly one up you, Nick, but mine was 725.
Well,
That's
if
how
we
much I
want to
got
be
it for.
technical, since I'm Canadian,
Yeah, I was
it's
gonna
actually
say-
over $1,000.
I literally pulled that shit out, and I was like, and I was looking at fucking what it says online. I'm like, you said 700, so I'm like, okay, what's Canadian dollars to U.S. dollars? Because I know everyone else is just like, yeah, that's fucking expensive.
Yeah, 700 US. I'm
U.S.
Canadian,
Geez,
so
that's
1,000.
Yeah,
Also-
they're expensive. Those new
also
pixels.
unrelated, but like I got another notification that Comics Related responded to my Cash App request for him to do a fucking you guys. Any of you guys follow Comics Related?
Yeah.
I think so.
Yeah, you can pay him. You can give him cash. You can send him cash app payments to do certain battles. And I did Batman versus Superman in drip. Like who wins in drip?
Let me get this
So-
straight. You paid Comics Related to answer a question, and you haven't paid me for this show.
No. Okay, let's be clear.
Fuck, man.
I paid for the subscription to this stream service.
You didn't need to. We could have done Discord and OBS for free.
Discord has just. I don't really like the way
Yeah.
Discord does the video chats. It's kind of shitty, but
No, but StreamYard is really easy to.
yeah, it's
To handle.
really fun. Like
He
look,
hits
you
me
don't
up
have to
with
pay me back for
He
this.
sets all this stuff up by himself, and then a day before the first episode, he goes, "Hey, can you send me $250?"
I didn't realize. I asked Char like, "What do you use for your
Fucking
streaming?"
kidding me?
I asked Char like, "Oh, I just use StreamYard," and I didn't bother to. I mean, I kind of mentioned it at first, and I'm like, "Oh, like is it pay?" And then I'm like, "Okay, never mind, it doesn't," because I wasn't looking too closely. Before realizing, holy shit, I actually do need to pay. It's just that you can do a basic dog shit live for free. Like, but as I said, it's dog shit. Like, it would not be this good. It's like that's the free version. You don't get these features. You don't get wallpaper. You don't get background or anything. And it's all. I did not realize until like last minute. I'm like, yeah, my bad. Don't worry. I'm not going to charge you for it if you don't want to pay. If you don't feel like paying.
Eventually, I'll pay you back, but I mean, fuck, dude, a day before. First episode tomorrow. Are you excited? By the way, Jake, $250 Cash App right now.
Okay, to be fair, like I set the whole thing up like a week before. I set the whole stream up a week before we even had the podcast just to prepare. And it wasn't until like I actually tried to start utilizing it the day before. And like at least I did it now. At least I did it like the day before instead of going in like day of, because I was preparing that shit. Like I made like even like all these thumbnails I made like 4 weeks ago because I had the first four topics planned out because I thought them up and everything. And you're complaining to me that like the day before, which is in advance, I realized that we had to pay for that shit to actually get you need a decent stream display. I don't see the problem. Like I told you in advance.
You and I see a problem with that the Ahsoka Tano live action is going to happen on Disney Plus and not on HBO Max, so I can't watch it clap. That's my problem.
God.
Okay, if you want to watch it clap, just go on rule 34. Okay.
That's not the
Yeah.
same, bro. I'm trying to see live action cheeks. What's her name? Rosario Dawson?
Yeah. Isn't her husband like a senator or something like that?
Yeah.
Dude, she's dating
Yeah.
Palpatine? I am the Senate.
Oh God.
Maybe.
We really went off topic here. Am I?
Yeah, sorry. I was talking. Yeah, comics related accepted my request for a battle, which is entirely a drip battle between Batman and Superman. I want to hear what he has to say. Comics related hates Batman. Yeah, Batman's gonna win, but I want to hear comics related say it. I want to hear comics related give Batman a dub.
Oh boy.
You
I will
know,
say, I think Superman has some underrated looks, though.
he has underrated looks, but like the fucking turtleneck shit, what the fuck was that?
My favorite
was-
version of him is when he looks like a freaking skeleton because he's dead. I hate Superman.
Why you gotta be snake? Like I'm not crazy for Superman. I'm kind of neutral with him as a character, but how can you
I'm
hate?
cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs.
Oh boy.
But anyway, yeah, back to the Star Wars, because we're trying to talk about Star Wars, you're talking about lightsabers. Yeah, you guys spent a fuck ton. I only spent like 80. I dropped $80 on this lightsaber because it's just a fucking. It's not like any special hilt.
Yeah.
And I mean, it's supposed to be. Yeah, it's green for we're here, but yeah, the lighting doesn't make it look. It looks a little.
That's
weird.
the thing. Do you find yours hard to like swing around as well, like spin and stuff? I find this one incredibly hard. Like it's hard on the hands.
Mine a little bit.
Yeah.
A little
Especially
bit.
with this like little like box thing.
I think
in the middle.
Mhm.
I think an
Yeah,
$80
it's just like
lightsaber is much
Obi-Wan's.
more ideal to
Yeah.
use to swing around, just because like it's a cheaper one. If you damage it, it's not as big a deal as if you damaged a lightsaber like the ones you guys have.
Yeah. That's the thing. This is for display
Yeah.
now. It's now for display. I used it once for spinning, and then I got a tweet from Mark Hamill who retweeted my video.
Oh,
So-
lucky.
He said he was a super fan of me, so yeah.
Wow.
Mark fucking Hamill?
Yeah.
Oh, my
Mark
God.
Hamill.
Dude, that's a flex,
Lucky.
dude.
Hamill
Oh.
himself.
That's a fucking
He still has to respond to one of the things I tagged him in because I had to do like my fourth act has to respond or you get a fucking death chair or whatever. And he was my fourth act, so I'm waiting for that shit. I've been waiting for months, so I
That's a
probably
little
have to take the
psycho
chair.
behavior right there for you.
Oh my God. No, the fact that he didn't respond to it, he needs to save my life here. Like, and that would be a place to have that he was my fourth act. He has to save my life so I don't get stuck in the death chair. But he hasn't responded to me yet. Yeah.
But yeah, like the day that I got, or like the day after I got this, my mom had tweeted Mark Hamill a video of me that night outside in the snow swinging this around, saying that I'm a huge Luke super fan and all that kind of stuff. And then Mark Hamill retweeted, "Thanks for sharing. I'm a huge Nick super fan," with that GIF of Luke on the sail barge, doing the little like salute to R2.
what he did to R2D2?
Yeah, to get his lightsaber back. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what he responded. I think I have it somewhere on my TikTok. I might share it again.
Yeah, I'm jealous of that.
Yeah, and speaking of Luke Skywalker, do you think so every Friday we have on my podcast we have a roundtable discussion about the episode, and one of the questions that I gave everyone was that do you think Luke making Grogu choose between the lightsaber and the chainmail morally correct? Because like if you think about it, Grogu's like a 2-year-old in our
Yeah.
lifetime, and he's making him and Luke's making him or giving him an ultimatum between a lightsaber and a chainmail. I'm like, do you think he's in the right state of mind to make that kind of decision?
I mean, when you think about it, though, I think it kind of leads into ultimately the sequels of how Kylo Ren turns.
Mhm.
Like it's a tiny peak of Luke not necessarily being perfect, like bringing in these big decisions. That's not the most ideal thing to do for somebody who's biologically still a baby.
Yeah, I see that. You know, it's the will of the Force. Like he can like sense what's the correct option for him. But still, he's like a 2-year-old,
Yeah.
and it's I don't know. It's
I think it's bullshit because like I get Luke wants to teach the way of the Jedi, and the whole way of the Jedi is that like we have to groom these kids from a very young age, which they're grooming these kids into not feeling their emotions, not showing off anything like that. But like you said, he's the equivalent of a 2-year-old. Like
The way you said that just sounded wrong.
yeah, I know that's
Yeah, that's why
I realize
That's
Luke being back.
literally why you keep getting banned on live.
I just said that's what that's what they do. You forget that the Jedi Order literally erased the memories of someone because they didn't want to deal with them later.
Oh my God. But I mean, like you said, grooming, and you're like, and yeah, this is why you keep getting live
Oh,
banned.
are you referring to Revan?
Yeah. But and look how it bit their ass. But like I was saying, like he wasn't trained in the way of the Jedi, and Luke turned out to be one of the strongest Jedis out there. Like he wasn't trained as a child to like hide his emotions stuff. For most of the original trilogy, he's a whiny baby.
Yeah.
But that's Luke. So the fact that he's trying to force Grogu to put away his emotions, to put away all of his feelings stuff, to train like an actual Jedi and train like the Jedi Order, to me feels really dumb, especially because like his dad was not trained as a child like that and forced to stuff down his emotions.
Yeah.
I feel like here's the thing. I have to look at Luke from that era, because when I think of Luke when he was doing that with Grogu, I'm like, Luke, you know that it's not a thing. And then I have to remember, like, no, he doesn't. He hasn't suffered the tragedy of Kylo, killing all of his students. He hasn't suffered that and exiled himself. So he truly believes in the idea of the Jedi Order and the Jedi, in all that. So, like, I want to be mad at Luke, and morally it's incorrect. But I also understand that Luke at this point hasn't experienced that pain and hasn't had that awakening that like maybe he shouldn't be an asshole and do something like that. Just throwing that out there.
The legacy of the Jedi is failure, so.
And at the end of the day, like it was kind of like I don't think they necessarily deserved Order 66. I don't think they were like I think it was like the corruption is not the same as evil. Like they were like I think the Jedi were corrupt or like they were influenced in the wrong they were the Jedi Count Order was corrupt, like it wasn't exactly the most ideal in terms of what they were doing and how they were handling things, but they weren't bad people. They did mean the best for their students. It's just that the way they were doing it was all wrong. And like that was kind of I think that's where Luke falls in, where he genuinely is trying to do the best he can for his students. But like it's one thing to be an enlightened to have these beliefs and carry them as a person in your everyday life, and another to have to teach them upon people so that they actually follow them as well. And with that, it does require some bit of discipline and making students make some tough choices, because you have to there is a level of responsibility that comes with something like being a Jedi. Like even though they are just kids, as being trained as Jedi, they need to behave sort of like adults, or they need to accept a role as being an adult kind of responsibility. The way you just
At
disagreed.
first, I wasn't even paying attention to the screen. I was just like, who is like seriously sucking on a straw?
It sounded like there was an echo, but then I see Jacob rubbing his beard against his mic. I'm like, oh god.
I thought you had like an empty McDonald's cup or something that you were just trying
Is
to
that
get
what
more
it sounded like? Well, I'm just
pop
like,
out of.
I'm just rubbing this.
It sounded kind of like if you were to get like an empty beer bottle and then like blow on the top of it. It's like,
Yeah.
Was that really what the sound? My bad. I didn't think it was.
No, it wasn't that. It wasn't that loud, but it was kind of like that like
that
brushy sound.
This is just a theory I have, but since Luke is in the middle of the building training academy, I think we might see a live action Kyle Katarn.
That'd be cool.
Hmm.
I don't think we will, but I think that'd be
coming in the
cool.
canon would be interesting. I don't know how they would do that though.
I don't know. I didn't think they were going to be able to do Ahsoka Tano, to be honest.
Yeah.
Well,
I also didn't think they were ever going to do a live action Cad Bane. So, listen, they got that Disney money, dude. The realms of possibilities are endless.
I mean, also look at the fucking CGI. Like, is it? I'm pretty sure. Is the Book of Boba Fett is Luke in the recent episode? Is that actually Mark Hamill?
No, it's not.
No.
Okay.
No.
Like I know Mandalorian season 2
that person looks really similar to Mark Hamill.
Yeah.
It's actually the same. It's the X-wing pilot from the previous episode before that, the young one.
Yeah, that was the guy who also
stops
played him in
Mando.
the Mando finale.
Yeah.
I thought that was
I thought
CGI'd him.
Yeah, it is.
I thought with
It
yeah,
is
Mando. I
deep
thought with
fakes.
Mando season 2, that was actually Mark Hamill. Like,
It was Mark Hamill,
Not
but the
all you
one that
can
was
get
doing
from
the
Dick and
actual
John.
like physical
Okay.
movements, that was that guy.
yeah,
Yeah.
that makes sense. But
I
like,
honestly thought they were going to get Sebastian Stan to do it because he
I
looks
would
like he'd
love
be a really
Sebastian
good Luke.
Stan.
Yeah.
They CG'd Mark Hamill's face onto that guy
Yes.
for Mando season 2 and this recent episode. So
I feel like
Yeah.
also Sebastian Stan's voice can closely resemble Luke's a little more. Like they kind of did a whole with like machines. It like they kind of
yeah, the whole entire it was all AI.
yeah.
Every single word he said was AI. It was all from the original trilogy, and it was all just computer generated, and it was perfect. But
Yeah.
like, I feel like if there was a time where Luke, if Luke got emotional, you couldn't really get
Yeah.
that that human feeling of emotion from an AI speaking.
Yeah.
Like if Mark Hamill gets like extremely angry at something, or like he gets upset,
Yeah.
you can't really have AI present human emotions like
Yeah.
that.
In
It's
the
kind of hard,
context
but
of this
doable.
episode, it works because he's being a teacher. The point
Yeah.
was he's not supposed to show him emotions. He's supposed to teach. So it works for this episode. But I think if they were to make like a show about Prime Luke Skywalker, you get an actual actor.
Yeah, but think
Yeah.
about the possibilities now with how good they're doing deep fakes. Like,
Yeah.
think about it. Think about
Well,
the characters they could do. Like,
I mean, they got the
could have
actual.
Han. They could have Leia appear. They can have all of these characters
Well, I mean,
look
like,
just like
yeah.
how they used to be in the show.
Well, Disney actually hired the guy who did the deep fake for Luke back in Mando season 2, and look how it turned out. Like I thought that was actually not a bad idea. Get the guy who knew how to do that. Like,
Mm-hmm.
So, and I think yeah, with the technology and the way Disney has a lot of money, they could easily do CGI for like an entire character. Even if they bring in Sebastian Stan, they could maybe make him look a little bit more like Luke, especially the hair. Like because Luke does not have the same hair
Mm-hmm.
as Sebastian Stan.
I don't know. Personally, I kind of want them to stop making content with characters that we already know. I want new characters. Like that's why I love Star Wars Resistance so much. A whole new band of characters, completely different than pretty much everything else we've ever gotten. Everything else is based on Jedi, Sith, whatnot.
I liked Rogue One for that reason. Like
yeah.
completely
Yeah.
new cast. Man, Rogue One was fire.
I really I mean K2SO is my favorite droid. I used to not really enjoy that movie, but then after watching it a second time, I was really like, wait, this movie is actually fucking amazing.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it was also a combination of the fact that my sister and her friends were with me when I was watching it for the first time. They were talking over the whole thing.
That's like my pet peeve: people talking in movies.
Only just tempting.
All right. So we've gone for an hour and 20 minutes.
Yeah.
Oh shit.
Like, do we got an? I guess we might as well we should wrap up very shortly. So I guess go through run through it. Just go through. If anyone has any final things they want to say, just now's the time to talk.
Ahsoka Tano's dummy thick.
Boba's gonna ride a Rancor. Cad Bane's gonna die. Kira's gonna show up, and I feel like Chrysanthemum's gonna get killed. We'll see.
And we need.
We'll
Boss.
see.
That's an interesting one.
And depending on how this season finale ends, there will be season 2.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah.
I can't really see them kill. They have Boba. Why would they kill him off after season 1? They're probably going to keep him around.
They're probably tired of people talking about Boba. Like, fuck it, let's just kill him. Here's my prediction, and this is not going to be canon anyway, but it's canon in my heart. During this final battle, we're going to see, like you said, Boba on the Rancor. We're going to have all these amazing fights, but in the background is going to be Jar Jar Binks walking, and a stray bullet will hit him in the back of the head.
Jar Jar's already dead.
Is he?
I think so. Because there's that comic where he was a jester for the Empire or something like that.
That was I think that was in the Aftermath trilogy.
Yeah.
I just want to see him get shot.
Wait, hold on.
Yeah.
I'm gonna look at.
Walking down the street. You don't do that. And then a bullet hits him in the head. Oh
I think he has no canon death
Oh, really?
on Wikipedia. Yeah, on Wikipedia, no.
Can I suck my dick?
I mean, good. I'll say my
Yes.
favorite cameo of anything is R5D4 in literally anything he's in, honestly. Like Mando season 1 and 2, Boba Fett season 1. So yeah.
I think
Love
R5
R5.
only appeared in season 2. I don't know if he showed up in season 1.
He's in it a little
Oh,
bit
wait.
in episode
yeah,
5.
yeah,
in the
that's
cantina.
right. That's right. I forgot how early Mando met Pelimato. That's right.
Yeah.
Oh, and then BD. Oh, and she has a BD unit now.
Yep.
Yeah.
I know everyone's fucking excited for that. Like,
See, there's a lot of people saying it's BD1 because BD1's customizable, as if has anything to do with it. Like, there's still a canon
I'm pretty sure what we see on the
customization
poster,
option for
what we see
Jedi
on the
Fallen
poster,
Order.
and the trailers, poster and trailers, what we see, what they look
Yeah.
like is canonically probably like what they look like, even if
Yes.
it's customizable. Yeah.
Yeah, Cal has canonically a blue lightsaber, that same poncho. The Mantis looks exactly the same as you see it in like trailers and all that kind of stuff. It's stupid to think that BD1 has been customized. Well, I mean, I guess it's not that stupid.
Well, like when
But-
you think about it, Chopper has been painted
Yeah.
over to disguise as an Imperial droid. Like it's possible he got repainted or something.
Yeah. I don't know.
Yeah,
I think it's not. I don't think it's the same.
Probably not, but I mean, it's just to think about it. It would be cute, just if that is BD, if that is the BD we know.
Hmm.
Think anyone else got anything else to say before we end the live?
Okay, I'm not gonna meme real quick. I'm gonna be serious for a second. I know there's a change of pace, character development. Finally, dude, I'm finally getting some. What if you could pick? Like, okay, is anyone else like tired of seeing like newer age Star Wars movies? Like, what I mean by that is like, I don't want to see anything that takes place after Episode 9. Any Star Wars movie or story that I get, either the original trilogy with the Empire or way before the fucking prequels. I don't want to see anything that relates that's past Episode 9, because already I feel as if the sequel trilogy took the original 6 movies and told them to go fuck off. And what I mean by that is Palpatine coming back.
He comes back in
Palpatine
Legends
dying
though, and
and
everyone
Vader
loves
dying?
Legends.
And also in like all of like the books leading up to the Rise of Skywalker hint at a bigger force returning.
Yeah.
I think like I like to see more like sequel content, especially post Rise of Skywalker, because Rise of Skywalker is what made me dislike the sequel trilogy as a whole.
I wasn't a fan of the Rise of Skywalker.
Like
I love The Last Jedi.
I hate
Force
The Last
Awakens
Jedi.
is okay. I love
The
The
Last
Last
Jedi.
Jedi.
I'm perfectly fine with Last Jedi. Like I don't have any particular issues with Last Jedi. I think like I can respect like I don't necessarily.
I don't want to be
agree
here anymore. I heard 2 people say they like The Last Jedi. I don't want to be here.
I
anymore.
love The Last Jedi now.
There's 3 of them. I
used
don't
to
want to
hate
be
it.
here anymore.
Anarchy.
I used to hate it.
We outnumber you, Jacob.
You
As
can
soon as that
outnumber
movie
me.
came
You
out, I
still-
became a
you're still
gatekeeper.
bitch.
Wait. Now that I've never actually asked you, Nick. Like when what was your time period as a gatekeeper up to when you stopped being a gatekeeper?
Oh, so yeah. When I watched The Force Awakens, I loved it. And then it was The Last Jedi that made me a gatekeeper. And then I joined TikTok. Saw what everyone else was saying and just kept on gatekeeping and all that kind of stuff and comments and whatnot. And then I started making my own content, and I thought maybe I'll jump on the hate bandwagon. That seems like a good idea because there seems to be a lot of other people like me.
I love getting this villain origin story.
Yeah. No, it was really a Darth Vader moment for me. And then I met people like Darth Choco,
Chaco.
Shaylo Ren, bunch of
You
other
guys
people.
send me these pages after. I'm on like the anime side
Yeah.
of TikTok only, and I kind of want some more Star Wars content.
That's why they
yeah,
didn't invite Chemist.
all those
Like,
people
Chemist is Star Wars
incredibly
guy.
positive with the Star Wars fandom. I
Yeah.
love them. And then I figured I'd watch the sequels again with their insights. And it made me love the sequel trilogy. And so I was like, hey, I'll just stop gatekeeping.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I'm close with Brandon, aka Chaco, and he's
Mm-hmm.
very intelligent, very smart dude.
Wait,
Him and Element.
what did you say his name was?
Brandon.
I never learned his actual name. Like I still talk to him a little bit.
I know his
like,
full name, but I'm just gonna say Brandon.
I've been talking
You'll
to
be like,
him, like
put your entire full name as your TikTok name.
Like, but I didn't. Okay, Brandon. I did not think that was the name I was ever going to expect Dark Chocolate to have. So that's mind blowing. I'm gonna have a serious discussion with him over his name after this podcast because, like, what the fuck? Yeah, but
Brandon.
He does not look like a Brandon.
I know Element's name too, but I know that Johnson's gonna be like, I know their names.
No,
I know his name too, actually.
I mean, maybe like low key. I'll be low key about it. I'll brag, but
no, you won't.
You won't.
I don't know.
Pepper
Well,
without
I
pepper.
fucking won't.
Approved. I was gonna say like one more thing.
Okay.
So my views on the sequel trilogy is I liked episode 7.
Mm-hmm.
It was
Good
a
starting
spot
point.
because like J.J. Abrams had the task of not only bringing in the original trilogy fans, the prequel trilogy fans, he had to bring in an entire new generation of fans.
Mm-hmm.
That's a really hard task, which is why I don't mind that he took elements of episode 4 and 5 and brought it into episode 7. That is not what bothered me. The death of Han made sense for the story.
Mm-hmm.
Plus, it was the only way that fucking Harrison Ford was going to come back. I mean, he's been wanting Han dead since what, 1983?
Episode 5.
Yeah, episode 6.
Yeah, he's been wanting
Oh,
dead.
really?
He didn't plan on coming back for episode 6.
Oh.
Like,
Yeah,
he
wanted
got
Han
paid
to
the
die.
most out of everyone. Like it was like how much money? Like
he said he would only come back for episode 7 if they made Indiana Jones 5, so he can end it on a good movie, not a dog shit 4th movie, and if they killed Han Solo.
Kingdom of the Crystal Skull. Well, Harrison Ford got 20 million.
There's only 3.
Yeah, what are you talking about?
There's 4.
Raiders
Temple of Doom.
I know.
I know what he's doing.
Yeah.
Wink.
Well, Temple of Doom, because it's a prequel. Raiders of the Lost Ark, Last Crusade. Then Kingdom of the Crystal Skull.
R/Whoosh. John's getting into the joke. We already had to explain it.
I always thought that the 3rd Indiana Jones movie should have been the first one, because it has all the backstory to the stuff.
Are you talking about the Last Crusade?
Yes, the Last Crusade.
My favorite one is Temple of Doom because
the last 2 were disrespect to the original trilogy. I am a diehard OT guy, and I don't think they hurt the OT.
I agree. So I know Fanboy, and I high key agree with him because for me, I felt like I get that they don't want to like in the sequel trilogy. It's no longer the original trilogy's characters. It's not their story anymore. That's fine.
Yeah.
But the fact that they didn't even tell Mark Hamill that they're going to kill Luke Skywalker and he had to find out at the actual premiere of the fucking movie, and they just used episode 8 to kill off Luke. I get killing off Princess Leia because Carrie Fisher died.
Yeah.
I get that. That doesn't bother me. It made me sad, I'm not going to lie, but it doesn't bother me like that. But they took all the elements of what like the original trilogy was and just shit on them. We got a dog shit character. Don't even get me started on fucking Holdo. The entire movie of episode 8 could have been fixed with a single line. If Poe is like, I get Poe's supposed to be like the new Han Solo. He's supposed to be super cocky, and he caused all these problems because he's a cocky, arrogant asshole. The entire movie could have been avoided if Holdo said there's a possible traitor among us. I cannot devolve any information. That would make sense for the story, but she said fucking nothing the whole movie.
She doesn't have to say anything to him. He got demoted.
Okay, so
he got demoted. There are still other people on that ship who are like, hey, we're being murdered right now. We're on the verge of death. What do we got planned? And this purple bitch was like,
And then she makes the ultimate sacrifice.
So I will. Yeah, hop
Don't
in.
even get me started on the Holdo maneuver.
Okay, I'm gonna.
That shit's
And then in the Rise of
awesome.
Skywalker, it was
Jacob.
already said it was 1 in a
Alright,
million.
All right, I'm gonna
Because
hop.
of the bullshit that the response that thing got, we all thought it was cool, but it breaks the logic of it. And they're like, "That was
Okay,
a 1 in a million chance." Man,
hold
fuck
on.
your 1 in a million
Jacob.
chance. That's a
Yeah, it breaks the
retcon.
logic, but it's
All right,
never
we're
used
going to-
again.
We're
They already
going to
said
move
it's
on. We're
not.
going to move past Last Jedi because Last Jedi is a very, very polarizing movie.
It's a very tender topic.
Tender topic. Yeah, I don't want to. Yeah,
hate it.
So I'm going to.
Yeah, and that's your prerogative.
Polo. What's your guys' favorite
I feel
episode?
like you.
He does ask what your guys' favorite episode for Return of the Jedi.
My favorite episode is Empire Strikes Back, and that is never going to change.
The Phantom Menace.
I respect that.
I mean, the
I
Phantom
respect
Menace
that.
is growing on me. The Phantom Menace is
Yeah.
growing on
No,
me.
Every time I watch it, I love it more and more. I don't know what happened.
Look,
I just have
I'm
more
kind
fun.
of with you. Like I've gone out like as far as to say that I think in terms of writing, the Phantom Menace has the best writing out of all the main movies of Star Wars. I think like because the writing in Star Wars is not particularly good, but I think Phantom Menace has the most constructive writing out of all of them. Like it sets everything up better. Like not
I
necessarily
don't know
good.
about that.
See,
It's-
my point
I
is,
think the pacing is still questionable. Like I mean, especially in a lot of parts. Like we spent way too much time on Tatooine. There were a lot of
They
parts
got
of the
that
movie
One
that
Piece pacing.
see, my point
Uh.
is that everyone says to skip the Phantom Menace,
no,
but
yeah, I
it's
think
the
you
most
should.
important Star Wars.
That's
it
what
really
I'm
is.
kind of getting at. It's like it constructs and builds a lot of what we know today of Star Wars, especially with the Jedi Order and everything. I think it's it's pretty crucial, and as to my point, like it really sets everything out a lot better than all the other movies did.
Yeah,
Now-
the movie demonstrates what the Jedi Order is like at this time, and it shows you
Yeah.
how Palpatine got into power,
Mhm.
and
It's
it explains how all these conflicts begin, and it's a good starter. And also, like, it's a movie alone, it's okay, but if you read books like Master and Apprentice and Dooku Jedi Lost, like those books that take place before the Phantom Menace, it helps the movie a lot.
Yeah, 100%. And I think overall, I mean, for me, starting off TikTok with Star Wars, with mostly Star Wars, going into like the Marvel, DC, anime, a couple other things. And especially, it kind of phased more into that stuff because the Star Wars fan base gets fucking mentally draining to deal with. So I'm like, yeah, I'm just gonna fucking focus more on comics because it's easier. But I kind of like with Star Wars TikTok, starting off, I think like. I always like, yeah, Rise of Skywalker is what made me dislike the sequels. Like I used to be like back when Last Jedi came out, I was one of the people defending the sequels at the time. So like Rise of Skywalker it disappointed me. It kind of ruined a lot because for me defending the sequels to that point and then
Yeah, Jacob, if you have a problem with Lightspeed, have a problem with the Rise of Skywalker's Lightspeed.
I do.
Yeah. So like I would like I used to.
My philosophy on things is that nothing is exempt from criticism. No matter how much
Yeah,
I love something,
I agree.
nothing is exempt from criticism.
I agree.
I will
That's
criticize
why-
my favorite. I will criticize my favorite thing like it's nothing.
Mhm.
But I will criticize the fuck out of episode the movies out of the Star Wars movies. The movies I hate the most: Episode 8 and Episode 2. Those are my two least favorite ones.
Totally understandable.
And
I
will
hate Episode
criticize
2.
both of them.
That's not changing.
I don't hate it. I don't hate Episode 2, but yeah, the
I love it.
Rise of
Dude, it
Skywalker.
just-
Attack of the
Rise
Clones
of
is
Skywalker
fun,
is one
but
that I hate.
it is such a
why did
drag. Like the
Jango
whole plot of the movie is Anakin and Padme's love story,
Yeah.
and it
I mean,
drags.
I do
Oh my
agree it
God.
drags.
It is the most
I-
forced love story ever.
and it gets everywhere.
I think so. Like,
Dude,
yeah,
that's
my
prime
point.
time
So,
version.
starting on TikTok, I will say because, I know, Nick, you shared your supervillain origin story. Yeah,
Yep.
Char, you were in the story. I kind of like starting on Star Wars TikTok. I used to criticize the sequels a lot. Now, I tried to avoid being toxic about it. Like, I would try to give constructive criticisms about it, what I just genuinely didn't like. But yeah, growing into Star Wars TikTok, you realize that that's not like, even though you can have valid criticisms, it's not necessarily something people want as the main focus of Star Wars. They want to focus more on what they like. So like I've tried to avoid getting back onto that, like criticizing the sequels. Other than like a few times, like occasionally, like just random nitpicks I have, because I do have a few nitpicks, but I try to like have fun with the nitpicks. Like I'll have fun with pointing out prequels nitpicks. Like why the fuck does Grievous have bodyguards when he's a Jedi assassin? He can protect himself just fine.
Yeah,
He doesn't
Grievous
need
is a
bodyguards.
monster.
They're actually bodyguards for the other droids.
Bodyguards for the other droids.
Hey,
But it's like you get the. I think meeting Darth. I kind of I got to know Darth Chaka very well. I got to know a few other people on Star Wars TikTok. A few definitely hate me though, because they don't because of my the way I present myself, and hence why I have this podcast that's called Legion of Chaos. Yeah,
such a
but
cringe
I mean,
name.
yeah,
I can feel my asshole prolapse when you say it.
Legion
of Chaos.
Bitch, you act like you aren't just as chaotic as I am. That's why you're
I'm chaotic. I'm chaotic good.
You're
What
not.
I was gonna say real quickly, I was gonna say, while Episode 6 is my favorite, we all know what the best Star Wars property is, right? It's the holiday special.
Yeah, I can agree with that.
Like
100%.
Chewbacca had to get back to his wife, bro.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
And it's
Like,
actually
let him
canon
make
now
no
that
efforts.
Chewbacca's son, his name is Lumpawaru or Lumpy.
Interesting.
It's canon that his son is
True.
that name from the holiday special.
Yeah.
That's really interesting. Yeah, I did not know that, but yeah, we've gotten all of our points out. Yeah, not really. Yeah, ever since joining Star Wars TikTok, meeting a few people like you two especially, getting to know you guys was great. I'm like, yeah, got some of the best best Star Wars TikTok creators out there, especially because I personally can't bear actively making so much Star Wars TikTok on the regular, because like as I said, the fan base is just draining. Like it's not that I'm bothered by what they say, it's just that like I
love it, man. The hate fuels the fire.
The hate should, but it's like the amount of times like I'm just trying to be like it's one thing when I'm intentionally trying to irritate the toxic fans, and another when they're just jumping in at places where I'm not intentionally triggering them. It's like, oh my god, like listening to their stuff. It's great that you two have come across a lot to talk about, because I've been trying to focus more on comics because it's a little bit more, it's a little bit easier to handle the toxic fandom on that end. Like not necessarily, they're still bad, but yeah, it's not as I mean, they're not as obnoxious.
Straw Hat Goofy won't even make Star Wars videos anymore.
Yeah,
so
I feel so bad for him. Like, just leave him alone. Like, if he doesn't know who Cad Bane is, then so what? That's good. He's gonna watch the Clone Wars. He's gonna make videos about it. Like, then that means more attention to Star Wars.
Mm-hmm.
I feel bad for Straw.
Like, leave him alone. Like, there's people that haven't watched Clone Wars either. Like, my closest buddy, he loves the prequels, but he's never seen Clone Wars. I kind of knocked him for that, but like, how can he be a prequel fan without watching the Clone Wars?
Yeah, I mean, I used to love, like as a kid, I loved the prequels before the Clone Wars came out, and I thought they made sense by themselves, for me at least. And I think I think Clone Wars, while it's helpful, it helps improve people's impression of the prequels. Mm-hmm. I think it did more in a sense, like I think the story, how it's structured, does still go in a consistent direction that you can understand from just the movies. But like with Anakin and the Council, their relationship, getting to the understanding that he absolutely deserved the rank of master, and they just blew him off. He's not some entitled brat who just can't accept that he's fucking a pain in the ass. That was with the help of Clone Wars, getting to see more of him do more stuff, especially compared to the Jedi Council, which just sat on its ass all day. Yoda went out on the field one time, which was the very first episode, and then he did a spiritual quest at like the very end, and he had a little bit of moment, and that's all you got of him. He sits on his ass the entire time, so like you can get where Anakin is coming from, where he's actually going and doing the most dirty work for the Jedi Council. So
Sorry, I got one last thing to say, just because I want to see everyone's reaction to this.
Hold on, before you get it, let me get ready to get mad.
All right, go ahead. Just tell me when you're ready. All right.
I'm ready to.
My favorite arc in Clone Wars is the droid arc.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Oh, okay. I was expecting more mad, more angry.
That's not that
I'm not mad.
Gascon!
I'm not mad. I'm disappointed.
That's okay. That's fair.
It's not. It's not really like it's not a bad.
It's
arc.
not that
Like,
it's bad. It's just you had so many options.
Yeah.
Let me in, BZ.
Like,
See,
they're-
my favorite thing about Star Wars
Ooh.
is the droids. I love every single droid in Star Wars.
Yeah, the droids are just machines. They're characters.
yeah,
It's
Yeah.
interesting.
the droid arc just adds so much to what we know about droids, and I
Oh, yeah,
absolutely
absolutely.
loved it. It might be
Yeah.
boring. Yes, I get it. I get it. It's boring. But yes, it's my favorite
Yeah,
of all
but
time.
yeah.
I love Meeber
Droid-
Gascon.
Yes.
My favorite arc is the one with the parasites.
Ugh.
Oh, the
Disgusting.
Geonosis
You
one.
would.
Oh.
You would.
That's
Do you know I will? Yes, you understand. Like, second favorite being the Cad Bane Jedi Temple arc, just because like I thought
That's
that's
a
what.
Oh yeah, the first episode of season 2.
Yeah.
Oh, like I think it was like wasn't it like 2 or 3? Like they were chasing down Cad Bane for like the
was
younglings. The
2
younglings.
episodes.
Did you just
Okay,
do the
2 episodes.
Gojo?
What?
Sorry.
Oh my god.
Sorry, I'm obsessed with Jujutsu Kaisen.
Listen. I know you guys are having this conversation. There's something that you guys need to understand. I have severe ADD, ADHD.
So
I
do
do
I.
weird
fair.
shit like that all the time. That's why I was doing this. I wasn't
Yeah.
trying to be annoying. My brain just functions
I've
really
been
weird.
trying not to fix my hair. Like I will try to keep messing
Oh
around
yeah,
with my hair.
because Draco Malfoy is gonna have a comb over in a little bit. Shut up.
I'm not having my hair is not receding. Like there's nothing wrong with my hairline or anything. I don't know what you're talking about.
Slant slightly to the left. Anyway, back to your guys' conversation. Sorry, I just my brain is weird.
Yeah, I think like we're getting final thoughts. I think like the parasite arc.
Final thoughts. I think
awesome.
great thought.
But I guess tell since we're gonna wrap it up. Tell everyone where they can find you. Tell the audience.
I don't want to give them my address.
Give us your address, Jacob.
Drop the Addy. I hate myself.
I will send you as much candy as possible.
You gonna send me a bag of gummy dicks?
If that is what you desire.
You know you can actually do that. You can literally look up bagadicks.com and it's like you can send someone like a bag of either hard dicks or gummy dicks. And it's like a little care package. Imagine you open up a box.
A care package of dicks.
You literally eat a dick.
Literally,
There's a restaurant here where it has like waffles. Like it's like these like waffle
Dick
cone
waffles?
things. Yes, they're like
What
dick
province
waffles.
are you?
Ontario.
Ontario. Okay.
Yes.
Makes sense.
The popular one,
foodies.
of course. And yeah, they dip these like waffle shaped dicks into like chocolate or like white chocolate and then put sprinkles on it. I haven't been there yet, but it looks delicious, honestly.
Yeah. I'll take your word for it. So anyway, since we're wrapping up, Char and Nick, just let everyone know where they can find you.
Nick,
Yeah.
go ahead.
I'm Grandmaster Nick on TikTok. Yeah.
By the way, Johnsky, you never sent me his videos.
Of Nick's videos? Wait, what?
Yeah, Nick.
Videos. What about which videos?
So I can follow your page.
Oh, okay. I think I follow you, actually.
Yeah, I am Char J on TikTok, and you can also find me at the Podwans podcast on YouTube. We go live every Wednesday morning for our Book of Boba Fett watch-alongs, and every Thursday night for our Clone Wars rewatch, and we go live every Friday night for our Book of Boba Fett roundtable for that week's episode. So that's where you can find me.
Fire ass like lineup, dude.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
every week.
Anyway, guys, you can find Jacob and I at the top right corner. Fucking disorienting. Right, top right.
I do that
Char,
all the time. I do that all
Char,
the time.
can you point? Can you point for me? It's closer to you. Can you point?
So yeah, right here.
Yeah, right there. That's where you can find both Jacob and I, our socials, and for anyone listening, because it's probably going to go on Spotify. Because my TikTok and Instagram are Johnski with five E's, and Jacob, just his name, Jacob Ty Stanley.
Your fun neighborhood whiter man.
It's getting white in here.
So pull out your tax forms.
So anyway, guys, thanks for everyone here that watched. Thanks for watching. We spent a little bit longer than
Imagine
I
getting a
anticipated.
giant red gummy bear, but it's a gummy dick. Damn, that's hard to swallow. I feel like the Sarlacc pit ate a lot of gummy dicks. All right,
Anyway, yeah.
Cut it.
All right. Anyway, thanks for joining us on this discussion. We'll see you guys next week. I hope everyone has an amazing night, even though that's a fucking lame ass outro because I'm still figuring out how to end a fucking podcast. It's still.
Here's what you do: you say goodnight and then you end it. By the way,
Yeah.
how are we gonna see them next week? We can't see their cameras. Stupid.
Yeah, we don't see them.
Maybe we're always
They see
watching
us.
them.
They see us.
Well, we can see their comments. But anyway, guys, good night. And time to end the